Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Carnage Gaming here on the Modix channel, bringing you guys a brand new video on the best loadout for PvP in the cycle. Guys, if this video helps you in the slightest bit, please leave a like, and if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on our way to 1,000 subs. We are so close. We're trying to hit that goal. It would mean the world if you could subscribe. Guys, without any further ado, we're going to head into the video, but first, I need you guys to remember to use code Modix if you ever buy anything from any Epic Games launcher game, okay? If you buy any ARM from the shop for the cycle, use code Modix. It's on screen right now. Use that code. Even if you play Fortnite and buy something from there, use that code. Help support us. All right, now into the video. We are going to be talking about this entire loadout for PvP in this cycle. Now, do keep in mind, this loadout is not going to work for every single situation in the cycle. If you're going for high VP games and just trying to do that, it's probably not going to be your best bet, but don't click off the video yet because this can help you improve a lot in this game. Basically, this is going to be a PvP loadout, but PvP is essential to be able to actually win your games later on in the cycle. So if you can learn how to PvP while using this loadout, just rush everybody, take your fights, and try and win the fights, you will be able to wreak havoc on your opponents whenever you switch to a normal loadout. So let's hop right into it. We're going to start with the Anai Quick Suit. That is going to be what is the best suit for PvP right now. Arguably, the Boxer Warsuit could be factored in, but really, the Quick Suit, if you can use the movement correctly, there is no comparison. So, the mods we're going to have on it is damage increase on kills. This is going to give us an increase on damage and a cooldown reduction whenever you get a kill. So, that's obviously going to be very helpful for PvP situations. Improved regen, so shorter HP regen delay. So, basically, whenever you get your health knocked down, you're going to be able to regen a lot faster. This does slow your ability cooldowns a little bit, but trust me, it is worth it. We're going to have Pistol Master up here, and this slot over here, the tier 3 accessory slot, just makes you better with your pistols, able to move around faster, do more damage, all that good stuff. And then for our kit core, we are going to go for Armor Dodge. You guys are going to be wanting to use that dodge, you know, clicking shift or double tapping your key, whichever you have it set to, a lot while using this suit to be sure to evade all opponent bullets. So you're going to take reduced damage while you do that, which is great. This quick suit is going to be able to help you move around the map very quickly, move around your opponents, get way better positioning, and overall become a better PvPer in general. Now let's hop into the pistol. Guys, this is kind of a controversial one. There are a couple options here, but after playing with all of these for multiple hours on end, after playing this game for so many months, I've decided that the hammer is going to be the best PvP pistol for a couple of reasons. So one of the first reasons is going to be, it is very good for farming up credits at the start of the game, which is very good to do overall. Basically, if you can farm up credits, you're able to get your 200 credit weapon, you're able to get that advantage on your opponents, and you're going to be able to win your fights so much better. So that's one thing that this hammer can do very well. Another thing, it has better range than every single other pistol. So if someone else has a different pistol and you're fighting from a distance, you can take out their shield, even take out half their health before they can even do any damage to you. So definitely a good thing on it. It also does so much damage per hit that if you can just land your shots, you will be doing a lot of damage. The mods we're going to have on this is the internal damper. It's going to improve the stability, take down some of the recoil, stuff like that a little more, just make it more controllable. And the improved hollow dot is going to give you guys a little bit of a better sight and decrease that time to aim down your sights. And then this one, there are a couple options. I mean, if you really want to, you can change your rounds, but personally, if I'm going for PvP, I want to be able to reload faster. That taking away 0.2 seconds on the reload is absolutely insane. 0.2 seconds might not seem like a lot, but that is a very large amount of time when reloading. Now, for the weapon slots, we're going to start, I recommend you buy your Core 47 right off the bat. That's going to be the first thing I recommend you buy for this PvP loadout with these mods. These mods are very important. If you don't have these mods on, you are going to basically be hitting your opponents with like a wet napkin if you use this gun, all right? You really want to make sure you have these mods. They're going to make it way more powerful. So on the rail, we have nothing. Neither of these sites are even worth bothering. The stock, we are going to go for the hollow stock. It decreases stability a little bit, but overall it makes you a lot faster with it, a lot better. Kind of turns the gun into an SMG a little bit, along with this mod right here, the Rapid Cycler. Again, makes your recoil a little bit more, but with the rounds per minute and more damage per second you're doing, it is so worth it. And if you are going for PvP, you want these EM charged rounds. This is very important. An extra 15% damage done to rival prospectors. The rounds tipped with a tiny stun prod to mess with powered kits and regenerative nativities. Alright, so that's definitely a good thing to grab for sure on this gun. So you're going to want to rush this gun as soon as you can and really just use it as an SMG. Absolutely destroy everybody possible. Now this next slot is going to be our sniper. There are a couple of good snipers in the game, but I would highly suggest using this C32 bolt action Mark II with these mods on it. I think it really can do a whole lot of damage, and overall this is going to be the best sniper unless you're just absolutely insane with the kinetic arbiter, which I know a couple of you are, but for the average player this is going to be it. Holographic sight, I personally like the sight a lot more, and it decreases your time to ADS, so I would highly recommend picking it up. Rapid cartridge feeder, this is going to make sure you can get more rounds per minute out and more damage per second, which is always important in PvP. You want to do more damage per second than your enemy can. That way you can actually win the fight. And then again with this, the rounds, we're going to want those hollow point rounds, more damage per second, more damage, more stability. It's overall a better round. Now this does decrease the rounds per minute a little bit, but with the rapid cartridge feeder, it kind of evens out and ends up doing so much damage at a very good rate. So that's going to be our sniper rifle for this loadout. The secondary option for a 500 credit gun, because in some games and some situations you are going to want to pick this gun up, it's going to be our shatter gun. So this gun can do absolutely crazy things from a close range. You can two-tap people very quickly with it, easily win your fights with it. There are a couple of mods that are pretty essential here. A couple of these work. Short barrel works depending on what you're trying to do with it, how you want to play with it. Personally, long barrel gives you that extra range, which is very important because this gun has such low range already. That's going to give you that extra range, and then it decreases the recoil just a little bit, which is always good with a gun like this. Quicksilver coating is going to give you that 10% extra damage to rivals. It does decrease your magazine size by 1, but it should not take you 5 shots to kill someone with this gun, especially if you have this Quicksilver coating on your rounds. You'll be able to take them out in 2, 3 shots. If it takes you 4, I mean, your aim wasn't great, but, you know, it's fine. And then we're going to go into our last weapon slot. It's going to be the ICA guaranteed 800 credit weapon. This weapon is maybe not the best to try and just grind and get first, but if you can get a lot of VP, or you end up picking one of these up, or if you can somehow get 800 credits at some point, definitely a good weapon to pick up. This thing is insane for PvP and PvE, so like there's really no downside to it. The conversion chamber stabilizer right here is going to be the mod you're going to want to pick up for the body. Decreases all of the spread, makes your recoil a little lower, which is always good with a gun like this. This LMG sprays out of control. And then light container gets you down on your reload time by 0.3 seconds, which might not seem like a lot, but is definitely good. You know, some of these stocks, some people prefer to use them. It increases your stability a little more, and then can increase your time to equip and your movement speed some. But personally, I don't think that any of them are really worth doing due to the downsides that they have. Now, those are going to be the weapons you want to use: the Core 47, the bolt action, the shatter gun, and the guarantee. Now we're going to hop into abilities. All of these abilities are going to be the best PvP abilities you can possibly get. The order that you put them doesn't really matter, and which ones you actually buy during game is up to you depending on your playstyle. So the first one we're going to want to do, Directional Warp. This one is essential. I would highly suggest grabbing this one because you're able to teleport behind enemies to get better positioning in fights. If you're losing, you can teleport out, get yourself some health back, and then easily come back and win the fight. Or if you even get knocked, you can use this Directional Warp in order to get yourself out of the way, out of the path of gunfire as you are down but not out. Next thing is going to be our Surveillance Ward ability. This thing is pretty freaking good for PvP, especially in situations where you have teammates, so in duos and especially squads. If you get into a squad fight and you can put a surveillance ward down and see exactly your enemy's positioning, you are able to really help your entire team win that fight as long as you guys can organize correctly. Only a 40 cooldown. This thing can show the map exactly where your enemies are going to be, so it's definitely worth picking up in this loadout. Another one that I personally use a lot is the heavy turret. This thing is basically like a second machine just shooting for you. It's like a gun, but you don't have to control it. So it's kind of a no-brainer. You toss one of these down, it'll take out your opponents for you. Your opponents are going to have to focus it down and you down. It's really just like an extra little buddy to help you try and take out your opponents, as well as you can use it defensively. So say you're running away, you can throw one down behind you and it'll slow down your enemy or take out a lot of their health if they don't decide to do anything about it. So there are a lot of different situations you can use this heavy turret in a very good manner. It does 60 damage per hit, which is honestly a lot whenever it starts stacking up, especially if you have multiple teammates that run it. Very good. Protective Shell is going to be our last ability slot here. This Protective Shell is absolutely insane. It can save you in some very tricky situations if used correctly. So it has only a duration of 3 seconds, which means you're going to pop it and you're going to be basically immune to damage for 3 seconds. Now this 3 seconds is going to be essential in what you do during it. So if you just stay there and keep trying to fight your opponent, it's probably not going to be the best use of that 3 seconds. But if you get better positioning, try and let your health regenerate, all of that good stuff, you're going to be able to very easily use this to your advantage. Or if you pair this Protective Shell with a Directional Warp, you're able to Protective Shell, do some extra damage while you're super low on health, and then Directional Warp right on out of there so that your opponent cannot end up finishing you. We're also going to have a couple of honorable mentions here. The Adrenaline Shot can be good depending on the playstyle you choose to do. So if you use Adrenaline Shot and then Shattergun, that is an insane combo because this Adrenaline Shot will speed you up very fast. You're just sprinting around with this Shattergun. It's absolutely insane. Some of these cloaking devices could be good in some very rare situations. I would not recommend them, and none of the other things are really insanely worth. Maybe Kinetic Barrier, Safeguard if you don't like Protective Shell, but it really should not matter that much. Obviously you're going to want your vehicle and miscellaneous. There isn't anything else we can choose right now, so at the time of recording this, that is going to be it. Guys, this is the best loadout for PvP right now. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree or disagree with this. If you have a different opinion on a certain gun or certain ability that should be changed, please let me know, because I would definitely like to try and make sure I have the absolute best loadout and absolute best content coming out to all of you. Again, guys, use code Modix in the in-game shop and for any Epic Games purchase. Guys, if this video helped you even in the slightest bit, leave a like, and if you made it to the end of this video and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Hit that button right now. We're going to be releasing daily videos until December 31st. So all throughout the month of December, we have daily videos going out on this channel. Guys, I appreciate you so much for watching through this. I really hope it helped you. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Peace.